They say children are a blessing from God. But what if you are in a position to want that blessing and never get to experience it for yourself? My guest is Mapula Ndou. She's a woman I came across whose cause speaks to the heart of many women in our country. She's the founder of We Are Women Too, a movement that advocates and educates on infertility, specifically speaking to those women who are challenged in the area of conception. She's here today to speak to us, and I believe somewhat educate us as well, because of the stigma that is associated with infertility in our society. My hope, my prayer is that someone can feel worthy and whole too, with the understanding that being human, or woman for that matter, is not defined by the ability to bear children. Ndou.
Hi.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's not been an easy journey.
No, it isn't.
I want to start with the fact that you're, coming to this premises today. I couldn't help but see your husband in our presence today.
Here's my ride or die. Here's my ride or die. We were working today, so when I went to pick him up so that he can come with me here, so he's like, what would you do if I work far from Pretoria? Are you going to survive without me? I'm like, you don't ask that, we married. So yeah, here's my ride or die.
And he has ridden the course with you. Lived it and experienced it, and he's still here.
He is. Thank you, Jesus. He's still here. I am not going to lie. It has not been easy. It has not been easy. But I thank God every day because through it all, he's still working with me. I would say we're a young couple. We met here in Gauteng, obviously with big dreams, family, and boom, I found out that I can't conceive naturally. We can't have kids. So, how do I say it? He's been there with me through it all. He's been the one stronger than me, supporting me, because how it's like with women, the first thing we think of is our in-laws. My husband, you think of the in-laws. I'm married to this family and I bring nothing. What am I going to do? And then you start worrying about he's going to leave me, he's going to find another, maybe a younger woman or second wife so that we can have this children. So these are the worries that's always building up. But I'm grateful that I have not been experiencing all of that other women are experiencing. So I'm very lucky in that regard. But I'm not saying that it's been smooth. Obviously, we've had challenges because we sit and talk about this. He will have ideas maybe from his friends, because we did talk about second wife. We did have those topics in the house, and like, but as I'm saying, I thank God that he's been very supportive. He has never put me in a position where I want to pack my bags and leave or commit suicide or whatever. No, he's been very supportive. I thank God for that, and I thank him for that.
When the discussions about the second wife come up, let's bear in mind, cultures and our traditions. And naturally, that's something that becomes a topic of discussion. That, Mapula, now this is where we are. How's it we bring someone with the understanding that this person is supposed to help you? What does that do to you?
It bothers me.
I was going to say mentally. Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. Funny enough, it will always pop up. The TV program I won't mention about polygamy and so it'd be like, yeah, what if I'm like, don't even think about it. We don't finish that conversation, but we once had a deep one. We were with friends and somehow the topic came up. It wasn't about me, but obviously I'm there. So I had to make sure that I put this is my chance now to put my point across and my feelings across. This is how I feel about it, because I don't want the idea to be planted, in our family, and I don't want to discuss it. So, it's not a nice thing to even think about. I mean, I'm a jealous type. I don't want to share my man, not for any reason. So I made it a point that if you decide, or if you feel that you cannot have me anymore, or you really want children in a way that you want to have a second wife or whatever, let me go. Let me go, because I won't be able to bear the pain of sitting around and knowing that it could have been me, Yeah. Mm-mm. No, 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 no.
It's not by choice that you simply just decided not to have children.
No. No.
And, coming to that place where you now must decide, am I willing to allow someone to come and bear my husband's children? In our society, to be frank with you, women, I come from a divorce background. And there are people who still see me as a failure. And I have a friend who struggled for quite some time with infertility. And she's in the public space. And the things that were written about her. And I remember sometime she shared with me, she said, I would go on stage and sing, and I would get off the stage and run to my dressing room and cry. Because someone would be saying, o dirango, o opellang, lo belega go no opelega.
Yeah. Thank God I'm not in a public space. But it happens to every one of us going through the same struggle that I'm going through. Listen, this is a lonely, dark space. You're a woman. There's expectations when you get married. I don't know where that comes from. At some point, I was like, can someone show me from the Bible, where does it say that a woman must get married and then make children? Like, I wanted something that would comfort me, But yeah, it's not a nice feeling. It's not a nice thing. It's not a nice experience, even if your partner does support you. My in-laws are amazing. I'm blessed in that department. But it doesn't take away the feeling of wanting to have my own children. I have nieces and nephews. They love me. I love them back. But you're still reminded that it could have been me, or I could have when we go home, December time, we're all going home. Everyone is coming with their kids, and you come home with nothing. At my age, married, I'm also coming from that background of where there's women, like my aunts, who can't have children, but we didn't know, because we didn't know what was happening. We just thought, So now that I understand, okay, that is why my aunts, Mang, divorced, or the men left her, because now I understand. And it's so sad that in our community, black community, it's something that is not talked about. It's a big taboo. So it makes it difficult for us to heal easily or understand, or even talk to other people about it. It's not an easy topic. I can't just walk up and, hey, sissy, I have a problem. It's not really easy, because you think about what is she going to say to me? Am I women enough in the eyes? In church, every gatherings you go to, there'll be, like now, December is coming, there'll be events that we need to attend to. Oh my gosh, they'll be asking me questions. Oh, now I have to explain over and over and over again. No, it's not nice. It's a dark world. It's lonely in there. It's yeah. I don't know. There's no word actually to explain. Yeah.
Where would you say the greatest difficulty comes from? Does it come from what you're going through, or does it come from the constant probing, the questioning? you know, how you, Dala Nishatile, you've been married for so long. Where's the baby? Let me share the story perhaps with you. When my parents got married, my mother got married at the age of 18. And I remember her saying to me, I took the decision that I want to finish my studies. So she moved from matric and went to the teacher's college. And she said, I took the decision that during those years, I didn't want to have a child. And she says in the 5 years that she
went back to school.
Yeah. Already she was being called barren. Already there were whispers in the community and in the family. And so she says when she had me, I'm the firstborn child, she called me Ntabi saying, because she felt that I was the one who was now bringing joy.
I am in Tabeling. Same reason, but yeah. Same reason, I relate. My mom also had me. I'm the firstborn, and she had me very late in age. So as a result, she thought that, no, man, it's in the family. No, we don't have kids immediately. We wait. It takes long. Like my grandmother only had 2 children, 18 years gap. You know, so I also had that hope that, okay, because in my family also they're late bloomers, let me put it that way. The women in my family. So I thought, yeah, so when she had me, my other name, funny enough, we have Sotho names at home. My other name is Ntabeling, and then my sister is Ntabiseng, who comes after me. So, yeah, I relate to what you're saying. For me, to answer the question, I think also for all the other women, first of all, it's the thought on its own. No one said anything to you. Now you know, because from the moment you receive your results and you are told, actually, because I'm saying this for the first time and he's going to hear this and I'm thinking, okay, when we did our test, we both do tests because we're not sure what's happening. Ne? So he does his, I do mine. We go back for the results. Deep down, I'm like, I hope it's not me. I hope it's not me. I hope it's him, you know. Then we get there, boom, it's me. His results are all excellent. I'm the one with the problem. Phew, there'll be this pause in the room. He doesn't know what to say. I don't know what to say. The first thought that comes to mind, what am I bringing in this marriage? Will he value me as his wife? Will he see me as a woman, nje, altogether? What am I going to say to my in-laws? Who's going to, you know? So the thought on its own, because it keeps on, is he going to leave me? What if he cheats and finds, you know, what if I meet his ngaphandle?
Yeah, make someone pregnant outside.
The thought on its own. And then come back to the society. The society will be work, church, friends, you know. Yeah, family. Oh, family. Family, like my own family, let alone the in-laws, because even the in-laws too, the maternal side of my in-laws, they're very supportive. Paternal, I'm not too sure. They're very traditional. Yeah.
How long have you been trying for a baby?
The thing is, I didn't know that we were trying. We were just enjoying our marriage, hoping that something would come up. But nothing was happening. I'm 37 now. Nothing is happening. Then we started talking about it. And it was him. Hey, babe, nothing is happening. Let's go and check. And then we stood up. We went for our test. As I was saying, deep down, I was hoping it's not me, it's him. It's something that's been at the back of my head, but I couldn't make it. Yeah, so yeah, I think we've been trying forever, but we didn't know we were trying because we're not talking about it. Yeah.
And when you found out, you know, what is your you know, do you get to that point where you're like, you know, rather, let me rephrase and say, can you just take me through your thought processing, you know? You know, when you're sitting in the doctor's rooms and you get the results, and literally your heart just drops to the floor. It sinks.
Yeah, that day. First of all, our doctor is a Christian. You walk in her rooms, there's Christian music playing around. So you go there with the hope. The first visit, she checked me out. She was very happy with my womb. So I was very hopeful. And then she checked my tubes. No, everything looks clear. But let's go deeper and see what is the problem. We're going to do blood and it's going to do his spermogram. I am still hopeful. Honestly, I was very hopeful that something will come up. Or if there's something, it's nothing this big, you know. Then we went for our results, all nice and hopeful. Then we get there. She's also very, how do I put it? She like when you look at her, she doesn't give you that, I don't have good news. You know, so when you look at her, like I'm looking at her face. When she has this file, I'm looking at her face.
You're trying to read.
Yeah, I would see what's happening.
Yeah.
But okay, she's smiling. Okay, then there's nothing bad. And then he started with his results. Okay, oh, your results came back and all happy. Okay, I'm still looking at her face. And then she comes to me, well, madam, yours. And then the tone changes. And then my heart started sinking. Whew, okay, what are you telling me? Then she gave me these codes, her medical terms. I'm like, please speak English. I don't understand what you're saying. But I already know what she's saying, but I just wanted her to tell me in my face what is happening. Then she started explaining this whole thing about the eggs and the what and the what. And in my mind, Dr. what are you saying? Because I'm getting my periods. You can't tell me I don't have eggs.
Yeah.
And where are my periods coming from? What did the teachers tell us in school?
In biology, yeah, that's true.
I know. And my mom is a nurse. Like, maybe she could have seen these things, you know. But then she started explaining, no, you ran out of your egg reserve. It happens, blah, 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 blah. Then I didn't have words. I just cried. I mean, as I said, I cried. I just cried, and he held my hand. You know, it's going to be okay. And I'm thinking, well, it's going to be okay. I was so angry. I was so hurt. And then I was like, you know what, it's okay. And funny enough, okay, and then she explained that it doesn't mean that you can't have children. You can, but not naturally. Then she explained the IVF process. Then she explained that I would have to get an egg donor. At that time when she was talking, it was going in here and coming out here. I don't care what you are saying. You just said I can't have kids.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
all this IVF and what, I'm not interested. In fact, I even made a decision right there and then. I'm not going through this. I'm going home and I'm not interested. It's my body. Because I was already starting to read about these IVF processes and what. And he was also doing it privately, and I didn't know. We only found out when we were talking about it. So I was like, hey, what if we pay this so much money and then it doesn't happen? The pain that you go through with the treatment and the injections and what, I'm not going to do that. So I would rather, no, let me just now and accept now that this is what God wants. If he wanted me to have kids, I wouldn't have had, I don't know, my peers have about 4 or 5, and you know. So, yeah, I shut down. And my husband, Shane, my husband loves kids. We both love kids, but he loves kids. He started, actually, I think he started a conversation. You know, we can start saving. I can start maybe putting away 500 Rand. He started calling the doctor, making arrangements. How about 5,000 Rand a month. How about I do it like this? And until the money is all there, and then we do this, and then, it was just a lot, man. It was just a lot. That also pained me to see him go through all of that. And I'm thinking, is he supposed to do that as a man? Like, he's the one now making a plan for us. This is how we're going to do it. This is how I'm going to save. I'm going to do this, we're going to do that. I want this. He's the one calling the doctors. He's the one, I remember he also went to, he found this egg donor agency. Then I saw, I'm in the WhatsApp group that the agency created, and They're like, no, your husband, reach out to what? My husband. He's not talking to me about these things. I know he doesn't mean harm, but it's hurting me that, okay, now I'm relaxing. I'm not relaxing because I want to. I'm relaxing because I know there are no means. So I'm trying to process this and accept this and move on with my life and live my life, you know. And Yenangapa is busy doing researches and calling the doctors and finding the donor agencies, and he's not talking to me. So he really wants this.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay, this is a conversation that we need to have now as a couple, because I'm getting the surprises at home, and we're not having like a sit-up conversation about what are we planning, what are we doing, where to from here. We just received the results months ago, and months later we're quiet. So maybe he thought, okay, let me stand up and do this. Then we started talking about, okay, baby, what do you want? He's like, no, I want to try this. And I'm like, I'm 37. I'll be 40 soon. You know? And I'll be like, and I was like, I remember like, okay, maybe raising 80,000 is not really hard. I cook also as my side. So I'm like, okay, we can plan, we can raise it up, and we can cut off izinto. Downgrade if it means to downgrade. Sell cars if we're selling a car, you know. But what if, because we were told that it's 60% success rate.
There's no guarantee that
you know,
with IVF
what
it will
if
take off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that 80,000 is down the drain, because with me, I have to also buy the egg. You know, it's not like we're taking his sperm and my egg and boom.
Yeah.
So for me, it's more expensive because I need to go and look for an egg that's compatible with my body. What if my body rejects that egg? You know, what if I reject the whole process? So it's 80,000 down the drain. Where are we going to get that money again after we've lost so much? I don't want to do it. I'm trying to convince him because I'm scared. And then he's like, okay, let's adopt. I'm like, now you're talking. Now you're talking. But also there was something that we had to sit down and think about. Because he was like, but Ish, what if our child, he grows up, and then at home, the nephews and nieces or the cousins like start telling him or her things. Hey, when you were adopted, you know how we are in our societies and our black communities. I don't want that for my child. Yeah, it was just, there's a lot, man. There's a lot there's a lot of conversation. There's a lot to talk. There's a lot to talk about. There also was a process that we started. We started when? Okay, we started before COVID.
The process of adoption, that is, yeah.
And I was happy with it. That was the best decision for me. Because for me, it was about me, selfishly so. But then COVID happened, then everything went on standstill. Then during that time, do we really want this? You know, then we started talking about it again, and then we stopped for some reason. I don't even remember what happened, but I know it was COVID. Then we stopped talking about it, and then 2 years later, we're back at it again. Yeah, man, it's a roller coaster of everything, emotions, but yeah, we're here.
Do you think that you ever are getting at a place where you accept that this is me, this is what it is? God has just doesn't have a natural conception for me on the cards? Or is it something that one, permanently lives in a state of, sure,
I
like,
get you.
When?
To be honest with you, I'm going to be very honest with you. You do get to a point of no return, or to a point of acceptance. Because honestly, without the funds, I can't have this naturally. So you put yourself in a position where you like, okay, now I have to think about this very hard. I know it's the pain and the longing to be a mother will always be there, because there's always children around me. My friends have kids. I have to go to my friend's house. They have a party. There's kids. When women, when we are together, it's either we talk about our men or our children or our bosses.
Yeah.
So when they talk about their children, I'm not part of the conversation.
You left
it
out.
Hurts.
Yeah.
As much as I've accepted, I will smile, but it hurts deep down. I'll be invited to a baby shower, or sometimes even asked to cook at the baby shower of my friends. I can't say no. Yes, I've accepted. It hurts. 'Cause,
What I think I'm conceptualizing, in my mind is the fact that you have accepted does not necessarily take away the hurt.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You said it right. It doesn't take away the hurt. It doesn't take away the pain. It doesn't take away the longing.
Yeah.
It doesn't take away the curiosity. Everything. I want to know what it's like to have a baby
Yes.
kicking.
Yes.
Yes, I've accepted, but I can't stop wondering. I can't stop wishing. Hey, so I was saying things we do. During our intimacy, you will secretly pray, God, can you just do your miracle? Are we enjoying while you're doing that? No, because your mind is. That's our life. That's our life.
Do you still have hope?
I still have hope. I named my child many years ago. I still have hope that I will have Roniwa. I still have hope that at some point I'll be like, even if it means that I don't have to carry her myself, but I will have her. One way or the other, God will have to make a plan.
Get yourself a copy of our latest books, The Mending of a Broken Vessel and Maintaining Your Joy, a journal for daily positive living. Visit a bookstore near you.